You just moved to defensive end from defensive tackle when you got to high school because you were playing behind Justin Manning, who's a former Kimball star now at Texas A&M. How hard was that adjustment, going from the inside of the line out to the end?
It was kind of hard to adjust, like my speed kind of was. So I had to, get better at my agility and my speed and kind of learn how to play better with my hands because when you play inside, it's kind of, you use your hands, but not as much as you do at end. So I had to use my hands a little bit more and get a little quicker and learn a little bit more of, my mobility. So that was my transition. So it wasn't very hard, but it was kind of a big adjustment I had to make. So
I was going to say, to someone who hasn't played defensive line, it doesn't look like a big move. You're only moving a few feet over. Mm-hmm. Is it a lot of a mental adjustment, changing the way you think through the plays?
Oh, yes, because, you have more responsibility playing defensive end. You got to watch the outside and watch how the quarterback moves. And the quarterback reads you when they're doing the read option. So it's pretty much more of it's a mental thing, too, but also, your physical ability, too.
All right, you got to assume everybody watching this has never watched a Kimball game. So tell me a little about your defense and how you're used in this defense.
We run a 4-3 defense, and pretty much I'm used for the pass rush and the run stop. That's mostly what I do here, and I'm a big part of the defense. But that's pretty much what I do. Stop the run, like I told you. In our district, we play mostly run. A lot of teams run, so I'm mostly a run stopper on our defense. So.
All right, you said you're 6'3", you're up to 253 now.
Yes, sir.
A lot of times you're going to see offensive tackles who've got 40, 50 pounds on you. What's your most effective way of dealing with guys bigger than that? Do you try to take the long way around and use the 4.7 speed, or do you try to power through them with strength?
I use a little bit of both because I'm a strong guy and I can go, through a guy, I can speed around him, but my biggest advantage over those big 6'6" offensive linemen is my hands are real good, so I can knock their hands down quick and they can get their hands on me. So that's my biggest advantage over those big old guys. And I'm quicker than those offensive linemen, so I can get around them and move a little quicker than they can. So
is that like falling back on when you played defensive tackle, all that handwork that you talk about?
Yes, sir, most definitely.
All right, give me a scouting report. If I'm watching you play for the first time, what do you do best? What's the biggest strength of your game?
My biggest strength of my game, I feel like, is I'm a run stopper because I'm so used to playing the defensive tackle spot where it's a norm to stop the run, coming through the A gap. So I'm a big run stopper. I can stop the run at any point in time, no matter what it's doing, whether it's a read or just a play where the quarterback just handing the ball off. So that's my biggest advantage is I'm a run stopper.
You get compared to anyone? Do people tell you look like a younger version of a college player or a pro player that people might recognize?
I got the comparison to Mario Edwards when he was in high school, which I know he was a great player at Denton Ryan. But, Mario Edwards, the guy who just got drafted, I forgot his name, from Florida, the defensive end, he just went to I believe, the Jaguars.
Oh, yeah. Fowler. Dante Fowler.
Yeah, Dante Fowler. So, yeah, some big comparisons. Them some bigger guys playing the end spot, but they can play the tackle spot, too. So, there's some good comparisons of me of some college-level guys.
All right, you said that the guy you look up to the most is Reggie White, former star of the Philadelphia Eagles, Green Bay Packers. His last season started in 2000 when you were, what, 2 years old? 3 years old? How did you become a Reggie White fan? Out of all the great defensive players, defensive linemen, why is he the guy that you look up to?
Because, man, Reggie White was a monster on the field, and he was a great player that could do mostly anything at his defensive position. So, and he played tremendous on the field. He was just, like a monster. Nobody could stop him. It was an objective for teams to watch his film and watch him, before they play him. So, that's some steps I want to get to where teams have to just really watch me, like, okay, what are we going to do about him this week? So, that's what I really take up. And he was, a great person with religion, too. So, and that's, I feel like I'm close to God, too. So, that's why I feel like they real good connect to what he used to do. So.
All right, you're not going to be the first one in your family to play college ball. You had a couple of uncles who played at TCU. Did they try to lean on you at all to follow them to TCU, or is there going to be any friction between you and your uncles when SMU and TCU get together?
Yes, they always talk about me going to TCU and how much they wanted me to go to TCU. Even if I, had the offer to go to TCU, they really wanted me to go to TCU. But I was like, I know that this is best for me. I know SMU is the place for me. So, I just feel like TCU wasn't really the place for me, and I'm looking forward to that SMU TCU game in 2016. So that's gonna be a big thing for our family. So
the coach who first started recruiting you for SMU is Buddy Wyatt, defensive line coach. What do you remember from those first conversations when you and he first got to know each other?
Oh man, it was after school one day. He had DM me on Twitter, and he just said he really liked my film and he really liked me. He wanted to finally meet me in person, find out what kind of person I was. And man, we talked for about 2 hours on the phone, just me and him talking about family and about school and about my style of play and what kind of person I was. So I mean, me and him have a real great connection. It's been a good connection since day one. So that's my guy. I can talk to him about anything. I can just call him up anytime. He'll tell me, just call me up if you need to talk about anything. So that's a great person. So
all right. Different people go to college for different reasons, and you had one connection at Kimball High School that most guys don't have. One of the assistant basketball coaches, London Giles, played at SMU. How well do you know, I guess I call him Coach Giles now, and what did he tell you about how to choose a school and what it was like for him to play at SMU?
Well, we call him Cotton, but he tell us, when he found out I had the SMU offer, he was like, man, go to SMU. And I was like, man, at first I was kind of unsure if I wanted to stay home. He was like, man, that's the best thing. He was like, you think you have experienced Dallas, man, but you have really experienced Dallas. And he was like, SMU is a great place to get an education. Think of long term after football, once football is over, what that degree is going to mean. So, I mean, he's been a great access to finding out what SMU is about more than just football style, And he just graduated with his master's. And he was just telling me about, what this opportunity can bring for you after football. So, and he just been a great add to why I chose SMU, and he just tell me, make sure this is the right decision for you. And, after just talking to him for a while, I knew that SMU was a great place on the academic side. I get that check down, make sure that SMU was a great place on the academic side, and he really approved and really showed me that SMU was a great place.
All right, so you had a lot of choices. You had several schools offer you scholarships, but like you said, when you're talking to your uncles, you said SMU was the right place. That's where you're going for the next 4 or 5. Why? What were the most important factors in your decision?
First, family. SMU really showed me that they like me for me, and they showed my family that they loved me for me, and from, like I told you, from day one, they showed nothing but love, and I feel like this is a great opportunity for my mom to come see me. I love seeing my mom every Friday, coming to my games. I love seeing my sister at all my games, so I know that on Saturdays, I'm gonna love seeing them on Saturdays at all my home games. And but man, SMU, the future. A lot of people don't see the future at SMU and what they're gonna bring to the table in the next 3 to 4 years. So, and that's what I see. I see what Coach Morris has to offer us in the next few years. New facilities, new uniforms. That's all nice, but Coach Morris is a good guy. He knows what he's gonna do in the years ahead, which I'm really looking forward to.
All right, you're close with your family. Mom wants to be near her son. Who leaned on you more to stay close to home, your mom or your little sister?
Well, my brother did. I really wasn't expecting that out of him. But he was like, man, you don't want to go far. You think you want to go far away from home, but it's gonna seem nice when you first get there. But once you go to school and be like, okay, mom and them gone now, you really gonna realize, like, dang, I should have stayed home and played. But he was like, you still gonna get that experience of you growing up. He was like, it's just about what you want to do, how you gonna treat yourself being this close to home. So he really, we sat down and talked for about a good 2-3 hours, just talking about schools and about me being close to home. He said it would be the best thing for me to do, so that's why I feel like, he was really the one that pushed me to go, like, bro, you should stay home. Just stay here and do your thing at home, and we're going to all be there to support you no matter what. So.
All right, you're a local guy. You're going to stay home at SMU. And so much has been made since Coach Morris and his staff got hired about how they know every high school coach around. Has the perception of SMU changed among high school guys?
Oh, man, a lot. Like man, SMU, I didn't know anything about SMU football really until Coach Morris got there, until they really put the stamp of SMU on the Metroplex, and not just Texas. They put it really on the Metroplex where they're located. They wanted to let them know that Dallas is where a lot of talent is, as well as Texas. But they really showed that they really liked the Dallas area where they were from. They knew there was a lot of talent here. So SMU really showed me that, this is what they want, Dallas kids, and they want Texas kids. They haven't really been recruiting out of state a lot, which is a good thing. So, man, I really feel like they showed who they really want and how they want to do everything when they first got there. So,
in this age of social media, a lot of times players are reaching out and talking to each other. Did guys who had already committed to SMU reach out to you and try to help you in this decision?
Yes, sir. David Moore, the quarterback commit, he was talking to me way before SMU even was going to offer me, when they had first offered him. But man, he really, put it on me like, man, Coach Morris is a really good guy, and the coaching staff is some great coaches. In the future, he really put that stamp in, like, what the future is going to be for SMU. Don't look back to the one win season they had last year. Don't worry about that. It's just the future of, like, once we really get this thing built up, we can really do something special. So.
And are you doing the same? Are you now reaching out to other players, trying to get them to join you?
Yes, sir. Most definitely. I'm talking to players every day. And it's not just about me getting players. I want some great guys, not only on the field, but some good guys off the field. Some players that can really represent SMU. And that's what I really want. I really try to focus on is getting some great guys, not only for the field, but some guys off the field, some really good guys, heart-wise, off the field type person.
All right, so you're recruiting guys to join you at a school you've never played at, on a team you've never played for. When you call or email or tweet or whatever at another player, what are the biggest selling points that you're talking to the other guys about?
Well, I'm, telling them about, like David hit me with, the future, man. Don't worry about that one-win season. I mean, that one game win season that they had last year. Coach Morris and his staff, man, are some really great coaches. I'm really focused on a lot of some offensive guys, but defensive wise, I'm hitting up a lot of players on the defensive side, like Michael Badejo, who just committed. Me and him was talking before he even had the offer, and I was like, man, I hate Coach White. I was like, Coach White, we need this guy. And he was like, man, I want to stay. I want to go to SMU. I knew Michael Badejo was a great player. Like, he could really help us out on the defensive side, and he would bring in more recruits. So, I knew, more than Michael Badejo, but I just wanted to tell him that SMU is a good school coming in the future. Like, it's going to be something really nice. And once the train going, it ain't going to stop. So I'm looking at everything.
You've played defensive tackle in the past. You're a defensive end now. As you get bigger, physically stronger, more mature, do you see yourself sliding back inside, or are you defensive end all the way from here on out?
I see myself sliding back inside because I know that's what I can play. I know that's what I feel like I'm going to be a little bit more successful at in the long run. So I see myself sliding back into defensive tackle, but I can play both. I can play end, I can play tackle. So, that's my plus. That's my advantage, that I can play both positions, and it'll be a great thing for me.
Is there a sense of relief to have this over with now, going into your senior season?
Yeah, it is kind of, because now I know that I'm going to Division I. I'm going to play Division I football. Which has been a big dream of mine since I was 5 years old. So, It's kind of relief, but what I always tell myself every day, don't forget about you got one more season to play with these guys, with my high school team. So don't forget that. I let them know that, I'm gonna play harder than ever. This not gonna change anything. I'm gonna still be the same person. It's not gonna change who I am. So, I feel like it is a relief though to not have that so much stress on you about making this college decision and trying to really stress it on you. So I feel like it's a big relief.
All right, so with a big senior year, you'll get more attention.
Mm-hmm.
Other schools will come calling. How solid is this commitment?
No, I'm hard solid. I ain't going nowhere. I'm
Not answering the phone anymore?
No, sir. I'm 100% committed. I mean, I still talk to coaches like, what's up, coach? And, they hit me up, but I know what's right, and I know that I wouldn't want anyone taking my scholarship away. So, as far as me decommitting, I'm not going to decommit and be like I want to open up my recruitment and anything like that. So,
This is a done deal.
Done deal. I'm 100% committed to SMU.